Ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for Mark Normand, everyone.
Thanks. Comedy. All right. Good to see you. Thanks for coming out, Madison. How you doing? Cool jacket. Good to see you. Hey, cleavage. All right. Yes. That's exciting. Oh, don't get weird. You brought it. Sorry. I gotta watch out. I just say stuff that I think, which is not good now. You know. I think I'm autistic, but just like the bad parts. Like I can't compute numbers or remember dates, but I'll make you feel weird. Like, you drop a bunch of toothpicks, I can't count them, but I'll give you a shitty hug. Yeah. Weird guy. I'm a mess. I don't know. Flew here from New York. Man, I hate flying. I fly every weekend. You know, they let you pick your seat on a plane. I think I'd rather pick the person I'm sitting next to. I don't really care where I am on the plane. It's like a 4-hour relationship. Make it more like a dating app. Obese Nazi with a service dog? Swipe left. Tiny Asian lady with a surgical mask? That's my gal. Yes, she is not a talker. But just like a dating app, she shows up with a baby. I'm like, I got catfished. Hate the small talk. Hate it. 2 things I can't do. Small talk and eye contact. How sad is that, you know? I basically have all the traits of a serial killer, just without the ambition. I'm working on it. People always say, Mark, gotta be more confident. And they say, Mark, gotta be yourself. I'm like, well, you gotta pick one. Can't do both of those. I'm a mess. I'm working on it, you know. I'm an introvert. Any introverts here? Hey, all right, yeah. You guys rarely speak up. Not fun being an introvert. No one gets us. I was in a taxi once. The guy's like, so you're an introvert. Tell me about that. I'm like, well, it's not really how it works. Like, a lot of people are scared of skydiving. I'm more scared of the banter on the plane than I am jumping out of it. Now you're sitting in the plane, it's all windy, you're strapped in. Some guy's like, so, Mark, where you from? Just like... He's like, we're supposed to go together. I'm like, I got it. At least with skydiving, you get an instructor. What about stuff I'm bad at? Stuff I need help with, like a dinner party. You know how many dinner parties I've screwed up? Set me up with a pro. Right, I just show up, some guy's like, don't worry, I'll take care of him. Like, beautiful. We're walking around, he's giving me tips. Don't say the N-word. Got it. She's not pregnant, don't ask. Thank God you're here. Right, some guy at the party's like, so, who's your favorite comic? I'm like, Bill Cosby. He's like, pull the chute. Oh, yeah. Had a chatty Uber driver last night. That's the worst. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a no small talk option on the app, right? But there isn't, so you gotta find your own way to quiet the guy. I like to scare him. You know, he's like, how about this traffic, huh? What do you think's causing this? I'm like, probably the Jews. He's like... I'm like, all right. I give this ride 5 stars of David. Yeah. Weirdo, I'm a mess. So I drink, that's how I get through it, you know? Big fan of the sauce. I actually got let go from a job once for being drunk at work. Yeah. My boss called me and he goes, get in here, Mark. It's clear you're a high-functioning alcoholic. I was like, wow, how do you know I was also high? This guy is good. Yeah. One of my friends, like a beer expert, you know, he's like, we gotta go to a brewery. I'm like, why can't we just go to a bar? He's like, it's fun, you can see how it's made. I don't care how it's made. Look, I like porn. I don't need to go to a broken home. Not saying all porns aren't broken home, just the ones I like. Yeah. Too much time at bars, you know? Bars are a weird place, because bars are the only business where you go in, consume their product, vomit, and they yell at you. They're like, what the hell's going on here? I'm like, this is the shit you gave me. Why are you mad at me? They don't do that at a restaurant. Eat some lasagna, you puke. They're like, oh my God, are you okay? They're not like, look at this pussy, can't handle his lasagna. Huh? Jesus Christ. Jeez Louise. Some people should stop drinking, though. Some people should cut back, But, some people need a little booze. Some people are just better when they're hammered. There's a lot of bad sobers out there. Yeah. Right? There's a lot. Like, some people need a little alcohol in them. They're better people when they're drunk. Like, we always talk about the negative part about alcohol. What about the good? Like, sure, you ran through a playground naked, but you could dance, man. I'm in therapy now, doing this thing called exposure therapy. That's where you face your fears. Scared of heights, takes you by a hot air balloon. Scared of drowning, takes you in the ocean. So he said, what are you scared of, Mark? I said, well, I'm claustrophobic and scared of intimacy. So he took me in a little closet and fucked me. Yeah, it was, whew. Yeah, it was very expensive. Why the stigma with therapy? Why? All my friends make fun of me. I think it should be mandatory. It's good for you. Everybody works out their muscles. Why not work out your emotions? I'll be hanging out with a friend. He's like, all right, man, take it easy. I'm going to go work on arms and back. I'm like, cool. I'm going to go work on letting go of the past and accepting love. Everybody loves the gym. Ooh, the gym makes me feel sexy. Well, you know what else is sexy? Not being a walking red flag. Yeah. Nobody cares about your abs if you're the guy having a meltdown at Chili's. Yeah, I think people respect the gyms as a culture behind it, like gym rats. They have t-shirts that say beast mode and better sore than sorry. Therapy people, we need t-shirts, right? We need a shirt that says no dad, no problem. Right? Yeah, or like can't stop, won't stop crying. I could have used some therapy as a kid. I was a weird kid. Bedwetter. Whew. Yeah, I wet the bed every day till I was 13 years old. My mattress looked like a fucking coffee filter, all right? Woo-wee. I ruined a lot of sleepovers, folks, yeah. You start to run out of excuses after a while. And your friend's like, what happened here? I was like, geez, I must have spilled a cup of piss. Yeah. Yeah, they say a lot of bedwetters become serial killers, which I believe, because we learn how to clean up a stain pretty quick. That's how embarrassing it is laying in the bed. I'd almost rather be known as a murderer than a bedwetter, Yeah, your friend sits on your mattress. Why is it all crinkly? I'm gonna kill you. I grew up before the internet. Maybe a better time for a kid. Now, remember you had a question back then? Hey, Mom, what's the capital of South Dakota? She was like, I'm on the phone, and you just didn't know. What a concept, not knowing. Now we have so much information right there. Now I have an Alexa. I love this thing. An Alexa's like a mom without the passive aggressiveness. Ask anything you want. Hey, Alexa, how many cups in a liter? 4.23 cups. All right. If I'm like, hey, Mom, how many cups in a liter? She's like, why don't you check your mattress? Zing! I just read an article recently that said Alexa actually listens to everything you say, stores it in a database, could use it against you later. I was like, man, just like a real woman. Now I'm all nervous, like, hey, Alexa, what's the weather like out there? She's like, why don't you ask Siri? Oh, boy. All right, let's go a little darker, huh? Why not? We're all gonna die one day. Yeah, just jokes. Anybody here have kids? You got kids? Yeah. Gotta be so weird to be a kid now. So much stimulus coming at kids, iPhone, internet, social media. Remember how happy-go-lucky we were as kids? The little things were nice. Remember you'd run to the car? Shotgun. I never see that anymore. Shotgun. Yeah, the only time a kid yells it out now is in a classroom. School shootings are bad, yeah. I know, the great American pastime, right? Yeah. School shootings are like the menstruation of America, Happens about once a month, it's bloody, and nobody wants to bring it up. You know what I mean? Right? I like how they're blaming the video games now. Video games cause violence. Come on, video games don't cause violence. Video games cause carpal tunnel and vaginal dryness. Right? I know a lot of guys, they play 8 hours of video games a day. Their girlfriends are like, violent? Slap my ass, choke me, I'm dying here. Look, I don't think games translate to real life. I grew up playing Monopoly with my friends. None of them now own property. To be fair, some did go directly to jail. So, yeah, gotta be weird to be a kid now. Pedophilia, that's happening, yeah. Any pedophiles here? I mean, there's gotta be two, right? Yeah. But, you know, we're all adults here, which is a sentence they hate. But, yeah. You guys ever get down on your knees and thank God you're not a pedophile? Right? They didn't choose that. They just got dealt a bad hand. We're very lucky. We're extremely lucky. We should be grateful. Think about how close we all were. When I was in 3rd grade, I was attracted to 3rd grade girls. Now I like adult women. When I was in 3rd grade, I liked grape juice. Now I like red wine. But I still like grape juice. Holy hell, that was close. Woo! Thank God my brain knew what to do. No kids, juice. I just watched a documentary on pedophilia with my friend. My friend goes, oof, I could never have sex with a kid. They're so annoying. I was like, that's it, huh? That's the thing that's holding you back? Need a better reason than that, all right, buddy? It's like, hey, what happened to Greg? He went to prison. Why? He met a really cool kid. That checks out. But hey, it's good to get out of New York. You know, that city will eat you alive. It's nice to be here with you God-fearing Christian Midwesterners. Yeah, good town, good people, a lot of cheese. I can't shit. But having fun. Yeah, I live right in the heart of New York, right in Manhattan, you know. I live in the West Village, cool neighborhood. The Gay Pride Parade actually goes right by my house every day. And I like a gay area. Gay guys are the best. Progressive, non-violent. You never meet any violent gay guys. There's no gay gangs. That would just be a musical. Yeah, one of my best friends is gay. He's obsessed with straight dudes. That's like his thing. He's like, I love flipping a hetero. He's like, you know how hard that is? You know how hard it is to go out every night, see a bunch of people you want to have sex with who don't want to have sex with you? I was like, that's exactly what it's like being a straight guy. What the hell are you talking about? I would argue it's just hard for me to sleep with a woman as for you to flip a hetero. He was like, no. You have no idea. You got to take him out for hours, convince him. Yeah, same here. He's like, no. Even if you do pull it off, which is like a miracle, they feel horrible after. Yeah, same thing. We went back and forth all night, arguing about this all night, back and forth. Eventually, I woke up at his place. Oh, yeah. Any gay guys here tonight? Well, that is statistically impossible. Come on, where are you, buddy? I'll find you. I have to ask who's gay. I have the worst gaydar on the planet. I can't tell who's gay. I can't. My friend's always bragging about his gaydar. We'll go out, he's like, he's gay. I'm like, well, that's not that impressive. I mean, we're at a gay bar. You want to impress me with your gaydar? Start pointing out gay babies. Now that's impressive, right? Like, see that kid breastfeeding over there? Between you and me, he's miserable. That's a hell of a gaby. Oh, yeah. I went to the Gay Pride Parade last year, still sore. Had a good time, yeah. Met a lot of characters out there. Met a gay guy there, hated straight people. I'd never heard of that. He was a heterophobe. I didn't know that was a thing. He was like, yeah, screw straight people. You guys are the worst. I was like, whoa, come on, man. We got to get along. Also, without us, you wouldn't be here. Don't bite the hand that breeds you. How about lesbians? Any lesbians in the house? Yes, I love your websites. Yeah, all right. Big fan. We have similar interests. I feel like lesbians are underrepresented. You know, I travel the country doing comedy. I always see fun gay bars in every city. They always have fun names like the Manhole or the Back Door, you know? Where's all the fun lesbian bars? Where's like the Dugout or Scissors? Doesn't seem fair. Also, you always see a group of girls with one gay guy in it. You never see a group of guys with one lesbian. Well, I'd love to have a lesbian in my crew. That'd be fun, because gay guys are very helpful. They help girls with their hair and their outfit. Love to have a lesbian helping me out with stuff. Now you're like, crap. The car won't start. She's like, I got it. Yeah, you flooded it, you pussy. Thanks, Debbie. Glad you brought your tools. Satire, don't hurt me. All right. But you guys are a nice crowd. You know, a lot of crowds very sensitive now. I don't know what everybody just went and got upset, you know? You guys are nice. Everybody's upset, you know? And it's okay if you get offended. I'm not one of those guys. You're allowed to be offended, you know? But if you are, just shut up. You're not a hero, you're just ruining a show, you know? Like, and how come people who are offended just be offended, just feel it. You don't have to tell me. Just feel it. Let it flow through you. Don't share. Just feel. I have thoughts all the time. I might want to have sex with your wife. I just keep it in. I don't tell you. Yeah. Just feel it. Just feel offended. Yeah. Everybody's so upset about stuff. I got yelled at the other night. This guy goes, "Hey, buddy, that's a trigger word." I was like, whoa, I think it's pronounced trigger. Easy there, big fella. Yeah, just jokes. I'm just making jokes. I don't know. None of this is real. It's all about words, that trigger words, buzzwords. What about actions? Aren't actions what's really important? How you treat people, what you do? Yeah, like I told an abortion joke recently, and a woman approached me. She was like, "Hey, that's very insensitive. I've had an abortion. You shouldn't tell jokes like that." I was like, "Whoa, hey, sorry. I just told a joke. I think what you did was much worse." But, you know, either way, I'll see you at home later, honey. And that's also a joke. I love abortions. They're all jokes. Yeah, I paid for 2 last week. I'm a fan. Yeah. I got a card. Next one's free. It's all for humor. Yeah, I have a friend, she works at Planned Parenthood, she loves that joke. And I was like, I might get rid of it, people don't like it. She's like, no, you gotta keep it. I'm like, I might get rid of it. She's like, no, you gotta keep it. I'm like, I might get rid of it. She's like, no, you gotta keep it. All right, it's my body of work, my choice. She's like, every joke's a miracle. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't want to hurt anybody. I like weird jokes. I like offensive stuff. I don't know. It's just my taste. I look at offensive jokes like eating meat. Eating meat is inherently wrong. But I don't care. I'm still going to do it. I don't want to hurt an animal. If it dies, I'm going to consume it. Right? I don't get it. People go, you made a gay joke. What are you, homophobic? Well, no, I just made a joke. I ate a chicken. Shouldn't be worried about the chicken? That's what's cool about chickens. Chickens have real problems. If I call a chicken, hey, you homo chicken, he'd be like, bah, bah, bah. He doesn't care. He's just like, hey, don't eat me, you know? It's jokes. And it's weird, just like certain animals you're allowed to eat, there's certain groups you're allowed to make fun of. It's weird how we pick and choose. You know, if you hear about a guy like, that guy eats cats, you're like, what? That guy eats cats? That guy's a lunatic. He's got some problems. Well, he eats fish. Well, fish. Well, what's the difference? Well, we live with cats. Well, he's got a goldfish at home. Well, fish don't feel. All right. We do the same with people. That guy makes fun of disabled people. Isn't that messed up? That guy's got some problems. What a lunatic. Well, he makes fun of Republicans. Well, they don't feel. What's the difference? And I'm not a Republican, I'm not disabled, but I'll make fun of both. Equality. I'm offending people on accident now. I was at a Starbucks recently, this guy handed me my coffee. I went, hey, thanks, Chief. This guy goes, ooh. Don't say Chief. That's offensive to Native Americans. I was like, how is that offensive? He goes, whoa, don't say how. Come on. How How'd we get here? We're in a weird time now. We're in like a weird word prohibition. Can't say this, can't say that. That's why I feel like every now and then we should all go to a politically incorrect speakeasy. Just somewhere we can all go to say horrible stuff and nobody cares, you know? You got no hate in your heart, you just want to get it out. You know, you go down some creaky stairs, you bang on a big steel door, the guy's like, what's the password? Retarded. Get in here! All right. It's like the 90s again. Right? Because offensive words, they're like alcohol. Sure, you can abuse it. Sure, you can hurt people. If you do it responsibly, it's a good time, yeah? Just don't do it at work, don't do it around kids, but go home, close the door, take the edge off. Ah, midget. I don't want to say little people. That's like drinking an O'Doul's. Because I get the whole PC thing. I think it's nice. I think it's well-intentioned. I think it's important. But here's the problem. No one's politically correct up here. We're all animals. We're just trying to eat, sleep, survive. No one's PC in their brain. That's just a filter you put on when you talk so you seem nice. Like, no one sees a hot girl bend over and thinks, look at that independent woman. I'd like to treat her equally. No, we're sick. Men and women, we're gross. But look where it's all gotten us. Doesn't it feel like the whole country's pent up? It feels like everybody's angry right now. We got white supremacists, protests, hate groups. Now, you're allowed to be hateful in America as long as you're not specific. Isn't that weird? You know, if you're like, I hate Mexican people, everybody's like, oh my God, what a bigot, prejudice. But if you're like, I hate people, everybody's like, fucking right. Isn't that weird? People are angry, man. I had one of those White Lives Matter rallies go by my house the other day. I freaked out, then I realized, it's just a half marathon. That was close. Just be a good person. Racism? Any racists here? Who's got the energy to be racist? Who's got the time, you know? I'm too lazy. I don't know. I don't get it. These race people are so motivated. Well, they're moving, they're shaking, they're marching. I got people who can't get out of bed, friends of mine, they can't get out of bed. I'm like, you gotta start hating the group. You know, apparently it's a good motivator. Yeah. I'm too lazy. I don't want to burn a cross or a calorie. Yeah, I'm just lazy and selfish. People are like, Black Lives Matter. I'm like, totally. Can I park here? I don't get these people. What about these Muslims on airplanes? I'm like, well, personally, I'd rather a Muslim on a plane than a baby. I've never had a Muslim kick the back of my seat and piss in the aisle. I'm just saying, if the airport had a baby ban, I wouldn't protest. Everybody's worked up about something. Transgender. They're using the bathrooms. Well, they're still using the toilet, right? They're not leaving a hot floater in the sink. Right. If that was like their thing, then yeah, we should totally have a meeting. That's crazy. Then you get the hillbilly guy. What if one of these perverts puts on a dress and looks at my wife in the bathroom? Ooh, what a score. Some guy can see her toothless wife shitting. What a lucky guy. I don't know. Transgender, what do you think? That's how I feel. I don't give a shit. Right? What's the beef? You want to go for a man to a woman? Go nuts. Well, go labia. Everybody should have rights, you know? Like, it's weird to hate somebody because they're trans. But you know what? It's also weird to love somebody because they're trans. Shouldn't you love them based on who they are? Content of the character? People are so phony. I love Caitlyn Jenner. Why? She sucks. She's against gay marriage and ran over a person. What's the good part? Right? Base it on who they are. Just because someone cuts their dick off doesn't mean they have good ideas. And then they go, well, they have hard lives. All right, well, so do midgets. Why don't you talk about how much you love them? Who's got it harder than a midget? Hard to get around, hard to drive, hard to get work. Nobody's helping them. Who's got it harder? Nothing on earth is built for them. And nobody cares. There's 5 million midgets. No one gives a shit. Weird. And I'm not anti-trans, I'm pro-midge. Just saying, we're gonna help them. Why don't we help them? I don't get it. It's just not cool to like midgets. It's not trendy, that's all. But they need help too. Look, at least trans we accommodate with the bathrooms. Midgets, you ever seen how tall a toilet is? Right? Imagine having to jump to take a dump. Huh. I got a couple midget friends, they're good eggs, and they never complain. You never see a midget on the news complaining. Never. Fist shaking, little legs dangling. Yeah. You never see it. And nobody cares about them. Huh. Every other group in this country complains. Every group complains. Women are on the news like, we have a glass ceiling. Midgets like, you're worried about the ceiling? Whew. I'm trying to mess with this counter, baby. Weird. See, I guess I'm too open-minded, because I support all transition, not just sexual. I support transition of opinion, transition of personality, transition of becoming a bad person to a good person. That's all a transition. Yeah, like Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart got in trouble from some offensive tweets from years back. Well, I'm not the same guy I was from years back. I used to have sex with 15-year-olds. When I was 15. Now I don't. I'm different. Well, years ago, he had some offensive tweets. Well, years ago, she won the men's relay. People change. Right? Why do you support that and not that? It just tells me if I ever get into trouble, I'm just going to get a sex change. Like, hey, Mark, I heard the interview from 10 years ago. Yeah, that was Mark. I'm Margaret. But we've come a long way. We hate to admit that. We've come a long way. Well, like in the 50s, we had whites only and blacks only water fountain, which is incredibly sad, especially if you're a thirsty Asian. What the hell were they doing? Drinking out of a faucet? No one talks about it. Never come up once, not a peep. Yeah. Black people are pissed. Can you believe this crap? We got our own water fountain. Asians are like, can I get a sip? I'm dying out here. I got a triangular hat to block the sun. I'm a big fan of Asians. I think they're the best group. They're number one, I think. Amazing. Good people. Strong people. Love an Asian. Yes. Asian. Nobody gives them any respect. They get the short end of the chopstick. Every time, you know? People make fun of Asians all the time. Rolls right off their back. Probably because they have no body hair. Any Asian people here? Hey, all right. You should be working. Come on. Asians are the best. You never hear about Asian crime. Never. If I was an Asian guy, I would just start mugging people and be like, hey, it's my word against yours. But, you know, we're all weird now. Everything's a bummer. The news is insane. The internet's on fire, you know. It's the little things that keep you happy, folks. I got a Snapple today. I love a good Snapple. I love that fun fact under the cap. It was a going today. It said, polar bears used to be brown, but through evolution, they turned white because police were shooting them. I know. I can't believe they fit all that under the cap, you know? Ooh, a black joke. Oh. That one makes Whitey the most uncomfortable. He can feel your buttholes tightening. So weird. Asian, trans, Jew. Yeah, black people. Easy, buddy. I don't know. It's just another group. Treat them all the same. Thought that was the whole point. Interesting. Yeah, you always got to look around. Is the black guy laughing? But, you know, there's none here. Yeah, black people and cops, they butt heads. I think they have a lot in common. They're very similar. Both tough groups don't like to take shit. Both groups have their own lingo. Both groups go into neighborhoods I would never go into. Right? Both groups make people nervous. And both groups great having one as a friend. You know? My cop friend gets me out of tickets. My black friend helped me write this joke. The news is a bummer, you know? The news pins us all against each other. The news separates us all, you know? The news makes it seem like all white people are scared of minorities. I don't think all white people are scared of minorities. I do think a lot of white people are scared of looking racist. That's really the big fear. Like, if I'm walking down the street at 4 in the morning and I see a sketchy-looking white guy coming towards me, I'm like, crap, I'm going to cross the street. If I'm walking down the street at 4 in the morning and I see a sketchy-looking black guy coming towards me, I'm like, crap, I wish I could cross the street. Right? I'd rather get stabbed and look like an asshole. That's where we're at. Whitey is at peak scared of looking racist. We're terrified. We'll go so far out of our way, we'll actually come off way more racist. You know, I went skiing recently with my friend. I was like, why don't you see more black people skiing? Why is that? He has no idea, but he doesn't want to seem ignorant, so he just has to bullshit. He's like, well, you know, they don't grow up with it. It's like, oh, yeah, right. Well, I'm from Louisiana. I didn't grow up with it. I'm here. Well, skis are very expensive. Ah, right, yeah. Hey, I've never seen a black guy with anything expensive on their feet. Interesting. What are you doing? Just say you don't know. You actually sound way worse. Well, they're all poor. Just say you don't know. That's why black people are smart. White people, we do crazy stuff. We swim with sharks. We go bungee jumping, cliff diving. You ask a black guy, why do they do that? They go, I don't know. That's white people shit. That's a good answer. They don't sit around bullshitting while you're like, oh, Europe. But, I'm a white guy. So if I talk about race, another white person will inevitably call me racist. That's like what we do now. Yeah. It's like, I know you're trying to seem like a hero, but you're going to ruin that word. You're going to take the teeth out of it. It's like an important word. Like I was on the subway recently. I was watching an interracial couple make out. I was just staring at them. And the guy next to them caught me and he goes, what the hell? I see you staring at them. What, are you racist? I was like, what? Racist? No, I'm a creep. What are you talking about? I'm hard. What? I'm not a racist. I'm aroused. It's an important word. People abuse it. A friend of mine, she's Puerto Rican. We grew up together. She's like, I hate going to the gym. The white women there all give me the stink eye because they're racist. I was like, damn, what happened? She's like, well, first I bring my food in and I eat it. Then I play my music really loud. It's like, well, maybe they just hate you. Let's not lump together all of Puerto Rico because you're a twat. You're being inconsiderate and rude. Take a little ownership. You can't just blame bigotry. You'll never become a better person. Look, I grew up in a black neighborhood. I was a bedwetter. I'd sleep at their houses. Eventually, they stopped inviting me over. I wasn't like, they hate white people. No, I ruined their fucking furniture. They didn't hate white. They hated yellow. Sorry, Asian. I don't know, I just make jokes. I like all the groups. I met a nice girl in that Jewish app. What's that Jewish app called? The Jewish one? PayPal. Going pretty well there, yeah. A lot of ladies here tonight, that's exciting. Yeah, ladies, you're going through it right now. This is like your time. This is your moment, ladies, I went to the Women's March in New York. That was cool. Although I gotta say, I haven't heard the word pussy yelled that much since that time I rollerbladed to high school. That was a tough morning. I guess we're trying to get better. We're cracking down on sexual harassment. That's good. You don't get sexually harassed more than women. Pets. Yeah. Nobody ever gets consent from a dog. Nobody. Just pick it up, kiss it on the face, rub its belly, do that weird long pet where you grab the tail at the end. We're creepy as hell with dogs. And we sound like creeps. They're begging me for it. They like it, yeah. Thank God dogs can't talk. We'd all go to jail, right? Just some chihuahua in a courtroom, like, first he flipped me over. Then he caressed all 8 of my nipples. Then he slapped me on the ass repeatedly and said, you're a good girl, good girl. Like, oh, God. Dogs are perfect to harass because they can't talk, so they'll never report you. That's why they're man's best friend. Also, dogs forget stuff after like 2 seconds. You can stick your finger up a dog's ass and be like, well, that was weird. Frisbee! Because really, when you break down a relationship with dogs are shameless whores, aren't they? I mean, they're like gold diggers. Like, look at the deal we've cut with a dog. All right, I will house you and feed you, but I get to touch you whenever I want. Dog's like, what, are you kidding? That's fucking amazing. I'll do you one better. When you come home, I'll hump your leg. I'll lick my balls in front of you. And when you have sex, I'll watch. I'm like, all right, that's fair. And cats the exact opposite. Cats are like sexual assault victims. They're all nervous, skittish, head on a swivel. You touch me, I'll cut you. I'll cut you, motherfucker. Yeah, you're not grabbing this pussy, all right? Yeah. Leave me alone. I gotta look out of the window for an hour. Crazy what women go through. Crazy what you guys go through, You guys are getting groped and harassed and touched after the show. It's wild, wild. You know, men are nervous now. Men are scared of looking like creeps. Have you noticed now when a woman posts a picture on Facebook, it's mostly women commenting? You know, like, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're sexy. A guy will be like, cool hat. But it's weird, like some guys just whip it out and stuff in front of women. That's crazy. Just whipping it out. See, like I have a penis, so I'm not that scared of new ones, but I guess if you don't have a penis, a new one's gotta be pretty scary. Like the closest I can get to that feeling is one time I was hanging out with a friend and he just took out a gun. I was like, what the hell are you doing? He's like, well, you knew I had a gun. I'm like, yeah, but we're at Whole Foods. Because a dick and a gun are very similar. If somebody pulled out either one right now, we'd all be like, whoa, is that meant for me? What the hell? Jesus Christ. Don't point it at me. Because a dick and a gun are very similar. They're both pointy, they shoot things, they come in different sizes. You can get a pistol or a shotgun. I'm circumcised, so I'm sawed off. But hey, thank God dicks are automatic. They're not like an AK-47, you know? They're more like a musket. It takes a little work to get that thing going. But I guess these guys just get confused. Because ladies, sometimes you like a penis. So guys think, hey, she liked one last night. Why wouldn't she like one with a copy machine? Women are so complex. Because I think generally speaking, when it comes to sex, I think men are a little more constant. You know, men like boobs. We like boobs across the board. Boob in the bedroom, great. Boob on the bus, also great. Dick in the bedroom, great. Dick on the bus, call the police. Nobody's calling the police on a boob, right? You see a boob out in the wild, it's like seeing a deer. You're like, shh. It's majestic. Look, there's two now. Right? Then your friend walks up, hey, look at that, a boob. You're like, ah, you spooked it. Damn it. Nice job, douche. But hey, you gotta listen to ladies, fellas, you gotta listen. You know, a friend of mine, she's like a big feminist. She's like, I have a full bush because that's how I was born. I was like, holy hell, you were born with a full bush? That is a terrifying baby. Cut the umbilical cord. I can't find it. Also, pretty sure that baby's gay. I like a strong woman. I want a woman to catcall me. Catcall us, ladies. That'd be hilarious. Start yelling stuff out at men that we don't want to hear. Stuff that would scare a guy. You know, you walk past a group of girls at night. One of them's like, hey, I'll tell you I love you on the first date. You're like, Jesus Christ. That is terrifying. Yeah, get us back. You know, you walk past girls like, hey, before we have sex, I'm going to poke a hole in the condom. This is a horrible neighborhood. My God. Start the car. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just fascinated by you ladies, you know. The whole, the things that turn women on blow my mind. Like my ex-girlfriend, she liked being insulted in the bedroom, which is cool, but nobody tells her that not all insults are sexy. Had to learn that the hard way. You know, we'd be having sex. I'm like, yeah, you whore. She's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, you slut. She's like, yeah. I'm like, you're a bad driver. She's like, what? That's the one that bothered you? Fascinating. Like one time, me and my girl, we were watching the news, and there was a whole thing about a CEO harassing his employees. She's like, can you believe this creep? Grabbing women's asses at work, ripping their clothes off, whispering dirty stuff in their ear. I was like, yeah, that's crazy. Then we got home later, we're in the bedroom. She's like, can you do that stuff from the news to me? I was like, I thought you hated that. She's like, I hate it if he does it. If you do it, it's hot. Huh. So you hate harassment unless you like the guy, then it turns you on. That's fascinating. I don't think other groups like black guys get harassed by the cops, but at night they're like, come on, pull me over. Yeah, tase me, bitch. Yeah. Fascinating. Yeah, very interesting. I don't know, like, one time my girl was like, I can't have sex and I don't feel sexy. I can't have sex if I don't feel sexy. It's like, wow, if that was the case for me, I'd still be a virgin. I've never felt sexy my entire life. The whole concept of sexy is very arbitrary. You know, your girl comes in, I'm wearing my sexy leopard print underwear. Well, when did we decide leopard was the sexiest animal print? I don't know, nothing says sexy underwear to me like yellow and brown spots. In that case, I'm wearing my sexy underwear. It's a rare jungle cat called the skid mark. You ladies are fascinating. Every girl I've ever dated has been obsessed with murder shows, like True Crime, Dateline, Forensic Files, Killer Women. Hours of this stuff. My girl caught me watching 2 seconds of gay porn, she flipped out. She was like, what the hell's going on here? I was like, well, you watch murder. Isn't that way weirder? She's like, well, you're watching this. Do you want to do that? I was like, well, do you want to kill me? She was like, oh, shut up. I'm just watching my show, so I know what to do if I ever get in that situation. I'm like, well, maybe that's why I'm watching gay porn. I want to know how this goes down so I can get the hell out of there, right? She's like, that's ridiculous. This is a reenactment. Well, this is too. This guy's not really a real estate broker. Yeah, porn has really changed the game, you know? I feel like sex is a lot kinkier now out of the gate because of porn. Out of the gate now, it's like choking, spitting, finger up the butt, which is weird because these are all things my older brother did to torment me. It's all the same stuff. We've just taken bullying out of the playground, brought in the bedroom. I got a girl on top now. I'm like, Indian sunburn. Seriously, you go to a schoolyard during recess, some kid's holding a girl down, pulling her hair, calling her names. I'm like, man, he's good. I'm taking notes. You get back to your girl, she's like, wow, where'd you learn that? I'm like, a couple of third graders, actually. But don't worry, I like red wine. But, you know, we're getting older, right? We're all growing up. We're all getting older. We're all dying slowly, you know? You got to get married, right, sir? You married? Yeah, you got to get married. Ugh. Why do we have to get married? It seems so antiquated. What are we doing? Can't we just be together? Why do we have to sign stuff? We're in love. This is enough. A lot of ladies, every girl I've ever dated, like, when are you going to propose? When are you going to propose? When are you going to propose? Like, well, can't we just, this is good. Let's just do this. Marriage seems dumb. Surprised. So many women want to do it. You guys are killing it. Go frolic. Be free. Yeah. But I want the dress and the ring and the wedding. What? Grow up. What are you doing? You want to lock yourself down with a dude? No way. You're better than that. But it's my special day. All right, well, why do you have to ruin mine? Yeah, I feel like a lot of guys look at marriage the way women look at anal. You know, we're both just like, well, we all knew this day was coming. Let's get it over with. I'm not sure it's even natural. Either way, when it's all over, we'll get new sheets. But that's why you ladies are geniuses. You women are brilliant, because you guys tend to be the ones who want to get married, yet somehow you've designed it to where the man asks you. That's some fucking Jedi shit, all right? Yeah, you're like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I want to get married, but you'll ask me. Yes, you got it. And you'll get down on one knee. No problem. And you'll buy me an expensive ring. Will do. And whose idea was this? All mine. Well played, ladies. Well played. Yeah. Now, see, guys, we're aggressive sexually. We got to cool it with that. We got to slow down with the sexual aggression. But ladies, commitment. That's where you guys get aggressive. That's where you guys get creepy. You guys push that hard, no matter what. When do we exchange keys? When are you going to move in? When do you get married? It's like, whoa, hey, no means no. Slow down. I'm not ready. I feel pressured. It's creepy. And then your family jumps in. Hey, when are you going to make an honest woman out of my daughter? What? Who's this guy? Right? My dad doesn't do that. He's all like, hey, when are you going to fuck my son? Huh? Back off. I don't know. Am I crazy? Marriage just feels like the least romantic thing on the planet. It's legal. Ugh. You gotta go to a courthouse, get a license. What the hell is a license for? That's the only license we don't check, by the way. Driver's license, liquor license. People check a fishing license. I'm gonna start checking marriage license. Next time I see like a short, weird, broke guy, he's like, that's my hot wife over there. I'm be like, let me see some ID. I don't buy it. Yeah, I just got my license renewed. Isn't that weird you show your driver's license when you buy alcohol? Isn't that weird? The thing I'm not supposed to do with this stuff, you want me to prove I can do? Huh. So I guess when you buy a gun, you show your marriage license. Yeah. Right, lady walks in, I'll take this revolver. The guy's like, let me see some identification. Wow, you've been married 55 years? You know what? Just take it. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just bitter and gay. I gotta... You know, maybe I want to have kids someday. I'm not crazy about kids. I like babies. Babies are fun. Babies are fun because they're not evil yet. You know? There's a million douchebags out there, but you never assume this baby will become one. It's all positive. It's all up. It's all potential, you know? That's why no one ever goes up to a pregnant woman, rubs her belly, and goes, ooh, this one's gonna suck. You never see that. It's all up. It's all potential. It's always positive. Oh, it's kicking. Might be a pro soccer player, right? It's never like, oh, it's kicking. Might hit his wife. Statistically, way more likely than a pro soccer player. Plus, it's already hitting a woman. It's not even out yet. I don't know. But I got nothing. People always say weird stuff to me. They go, Mark, you're a comedian. Must be a great boyfriend. Why do you say that? Well, women love funny guys. All right, well, you're taking the one singular positive aspect. The rest of it's horrible for a relationship. You can do it with any guy. Take only the good part. Anybody seems like a great boyfriend. You know, serial killer. Take out the killing. This guy's organized and cleans up after himself. Yeah, terrorist. Take out the terrorize. This guy's passionate, loves to travel. Child molester. Take out the molesting. This guy's got a van and can't wait to start a family. I don't know. I'm too literal. I had a blind date once, right when the girl sat down, saw me for the first time. She goes, hey, I bet we'd have really cute kids. I was like, all right, I bet we'd have great sex. And she goes, whoa, slow down. I was like, slow down? You're 9 months ahead of me. Oh, this girl hated me. She was like, you know, I feel very brave tonight. I was like, why is that? Because I'm not wearing any makeup. I was like, how's that brave? Because I'm being my true self, being the real me. I was like, oh, okay. She's like, you should be brave. I'm like, yeah, maybe I will. She's like, what are you going to do? I was like, I'm going to stop pretending this is interesting. She was like, wow, I can't believe you just said that. I was like, yeah, it took guts. But I don't know, I'm doing okay, you know? I had a one-night stand not too long ago. You were there. Yeah. Pretty hot. And she was a nice girl, really funny, smart, pretty, but she would do a thing in the bedroom that would totally screw me up. She'd act like a 4-year-old. You ever come across this? We'd be having sex, she'd be like, you know, if you want to, you can pull my hair. I was like, okay. And we keep going, she'd be like, you know, if you want to, you can slap my ass. I was like, you got it. We keep going. She's like, you know, if you want to, you can choke me. I was like, I do. And we finished. We had a great night. We're laying there, and I was like, you know, if you want to, you can leave. She didn't care for that one. I thought it'd be funny, you know? But that's the thing, a lot of ladies get mad about the whole leaving thing, but it's nothing personal against you ladies. You know, I'm just a weirdo. I'm in my head. I gotta get out of there. I'm a nut. I'm an introvert. A lot of girls get mad. Like, what, do you just fuck me and leave? I'm like, well, yeah, this was a long night. I've been trying to win you over like 9 hours. I'm exhausted. There were 5 guys at the bar hitting on you. I'd outcharm them, be more interesting, be conversational, be funny, be on all night. She was like, what? You could have just been yourself. I'm like, what are you, fucking stupid? Be myself? What? I'm a piece of shit. If I was myself, I'd be like, hey, you fat whore, let's fuck. That's not gonna work. She was like, well, I don't get it. Why do you want to leave? I'm like, I don't know. I just want to go talk to somebody. Why not talk to me? I just want to go talk to a friend. She's like, well, you can tell me anything. I'm like, well, that's not true. She's like, I swear to God, you can tell me anything you want. I was like, all right, well, I recently had sex with a woman and she won't let me leave. So that ended. What is that with the leaving, ladies? That one really hits a nerve. Ladies, you want a guy to stay, make him want to stay, right? Like, guys, we have pickup lines. Ladies, you need stay put lines. That's where you kick in. Like, I approached you at a bar. I was nervous. I was on my heels, shucking and jiving. I made it work. Now, you want me to hang out, so you do it. Isn't that justice? She's like, well, you're not being that fun right now. I'm like, I know, I already did that. That's how I fucked you. Now, you want me to hang out, so you go. It's just a shift change. That's all. It's your turn now. I don't get it. Like, a lot of girls are like, I want this guy to like me. You push your boobs together, you wear high heels, you look sexy as hell. Then a guy has sex and you're like, that's it? Well, that's what was advertised. You know? Like, if I see a movie trailer, I'm like, ooh, I want to see that movie. I go see the movie, then I go home. I don't sit around going, I got to get to know this theater. And I'm not saying the theater sucks, it just wasn't advertised. Talk to me, win me over, sweep me off my feet. You do it, right? I'm just exhausted. I've been bringing the heat all night. I'm not funny or charming. I've just been playing the hits. She's like, well, how could you be fake all night? I'm like, well, you faked it too. You don't look like that. You're wearing makeup, right? We're both full of shit. Your eyes don't go, ugh, at the end or whatever. Just wearing makeup on my personality, that's all. Talk to me. I'd love to get to know you. Win me over, you know? All you guys, you're ladies, you do Kegels all day. How about you tighten up some stories? How about that, yeah? Yeah. Get it going. I had a girl one time like, you can't leave, you fucked me. I was like, is this how you get people to hang out with you? Talk to me, say something. Give it to me, right? Yeah, be more than your vagina. Hit me with it, let's go. It's weird how that's not in your culture at all, ladies. Every magazine for women is like, the cover's like, be sexy, have a flat stomach, great butt, nice legs. What about like, be captivating? Dazzle him with your personality. No, it's just like, drain his balls. I don't get it. Like, ladies, you know when you go out to dinner with a guy and you're like, just because you bought me dinner doesn't mean I owe you sex. And that's true, but just because you had sex with me doesn't mean I owe you my morning. I don't know. It's just frustrating. That's why it's weird when women are like, we're just as horny as men. Maybe, but you have a lot more requirements. You know? You're like the Goldilocks of dick. You know, you're like, that guy's too short. That guy's too dumb. That guy's just right. Guys, we'll fuck the porridge. I'm not saying one is better than the other. We're just different, you know? I go to the doctor, he's like, what happened? I'm like, it was too hot. But hey, look, I get it. It's gotta be tough to be a lady, you know? I feel like women are getting screwed in the orgasm department. You know, men are having way more orgasms than women, and that sucks. People talk about the wage gap. The orgasm gap is out of control. You gals are getting 77 cents to the boner. Like, if a woman had to have an orgasm to get pregnant, there'd be like 2 people here. And you get nothing for your orgasm. Like if you have one, great. If you don't, that sucks. If a guy has an orgasm, they go and get pregnant, carry a baby for 9 months, deliver the baby, then breastfeed the baby. And all the guy had to do is this. And he tried really hard not to do that. It's a horrible setup for the woman. The guy has all the fun, the girl does all the work. That'd be like if I ate a whole chocolate cake and the girl gained weight, then she went to the gym and I got buff. Gotta be tough to be a lady. Plus, women, you're constantly judged by your looks. That's gotta be exhausting. Constantly judged by your looks. But you all know how to look good. You all look great. That's how women figured out to take the selfie up here. That was all you ladies. You know where your good sight lines are. I think that's why women like tall guys. Just some guy looking at you from your best angle 100% of the time, all day long. That's why you don't mess with short guys. Just some guy like, geez, look at the triple chin on this broad. Oh, yeah. Wow. Picture was great. Now we got Michael Moore. Yeah, ladies, you love a tall man, and that's okay. You know, we're all wired our own way, you know. You're all a bunch of height supremacists. That was every question when I was on dating apps. That was the first question. You over 6 feet? You over 6 feet? You over 6 feet? I felt bad. I felt I had to come up with something. I was like, well, no, but if it helps, I'm still growing as a person. Eventually I got annoyed. I was like, how much do you weigh? She was like, whoa, that's body shaming. It's hard for me to lose weight. Well, it's even harder for me to gain height. And I know fat jokes are tough. Fat jokes are tough to pull off in Wisconsin. It's all right. It's all right. We're fat, you know? We're a fat country. I don't feel bad for fat people. I think that's mean. I think fat people I like fat people, you know? I don't get it when people are like, wow, look at that guy. That's so sad. He's so fat. I'm like, what? That guy's living. What, are you kidding? That guy's living the dream. I'm counting calories like a bitch, eating salads. That guy's like, another chicken wing? Bring it on. Yeah. I like that we're a fat country. I think it's cool. I think it's impressive. You know? That's fun. Like, more people die in America of obesity than starvation, which is like, hey, we did it. Hell yeah! Good for us. You know, there's people in third world countries, they die of starvation. They get up to heaven. They're like, I died of starvation. What about you? Some fat guy from Milwaukee's like, I got killed by a group of women. Oh, yeah? Who is that? Little Debbie, Betty Crocker, and Wendy. We're a fat country. We are. Yeah, we got no factories left in America except cheesecake. That's it. That's the only one that made it. Oh, yeah, we're fat. You want some alone time in this country? Just take the stairs. Yeah, we're lazy. And most of my friends are fat. They're big guys. They're big dudes. I worry about them. One of my friends is huge. I can barely move, this guy. And he always tells me I have skinny privilege. Privilege? Something can't be a privilege if you could do it too. You know? I've known you my whole life. You used to be thin. You could do it. It's not a privilege. You're not oppressed. Gay people, black people, they're oppressed. They go march. My friend, he won't even walk. It's hard to be thin. You got to work at it. So I hate when people say, like, oh, you're so lucky you're thin. Lucky? I'm restraining myself. It sucks. I'd love to eat like that. Saying you're so lucky you're thin is like saying you're so lucky you don't have kids. No, I had food, and I pulled out. It's hard. It's hard to work out. Hard to eat right. It sucks. How about a little credit? If you get your ass up and go to the gym and the gym's closed, you go, hey, I tried. You go home. You go to Taco Bell, Taco Bell's closed, you go, let's go to KFC. Yeah, that's why it's got to be hard to be a woman. Women, you always have to, like, count calories and watch what you eat and all that. It's got to be tough. Constantly worried about that. And there's so many other beautiful women out there you got to compete with. My ex-girlfriend, very paranoid. She was always worried I was cheating. She would always go through my cell phone, sock drawer, sniffing me. Always looking for clues. That's why I'm surprised you don't see more female detectives. Women would be amazing at that. You guys are intuitive, you're curious, you're persistent. I feel like you ladies would crack every case as long as you thought it was personal. That's the key, right? Like, man, this guy killed 18 people in Green Bay. So what? Well, he's also cheating on your best friend. Give me the file! Gotta be tough to be a lady. Constantly judged by your looks. Constantly. But somehow men get the blame for this. Like, it's just men judging women, which we do. But ladies, you guys judge each other quite harshly. You guys judge yourselves by your looks. You do stuff to your looks men don't even care about. Get your nails done? Who's that for? We don't give a fuck. All this jewelry and stuff. No guys have been like, oh my God, see that necklace Kelly was wearing? Holy hell. Wow. No, that's all you. We don't care. But it's always men. A friend of mine, she got breast implants. I was like, hey, they look great. She goes, men, so shallow. I got these for me. I was like, okay, well then you're shallow. Why is this on me? I don't know, you can tell women are shallow by what you get offended by. A friend of mine, some guy called her overweight. She flipped, started dieting every day just to spite this guy. Started exercising just out of anger. I bet if my friend got called dumb, she wouldn't angrily go back to college. Priorities, interesting. Like, they say the C word is the worst thing you can call a woman. I think it's fat. What do you think, ladies? Fat, C word, fat. Interesting. I think the C word is bad. You should never call a woman the C word. But I think fat is worse because it's visible. The C word's an opinion. That's why no woman ever looks in the mirror in the morning and goes, I just feel cunty today. Do I look cunty in this? What do you think? Right? You can measure fat. It's a scale right there. There's no unit of measurement for the C word, you know? That'd be hilarious if there was. What a commercial. Like, whew, I feel so much better after I lost 13 cuntimeters. But that's the thing. You ladies get so down about your looks, but you can do so many amazing things you never really brag about. Let's go through a list of stuff women can do that's unbelievable. First of all, you can make people. That's insane. People are coming out of you alive. You should be bragging about that constantly. I know men who will take a photo of a good shit. You're making human beings. How annoying would men be if they could make people? I made him. Men name kids after them. They didn't even do anything. That's Jimmy Jr. Oh yeah, what'd you do? I came, she didn't. I gotta do everything around here, you know? Ladies, you can feed people. That's bananas. You got grade A, vitamin D, organic milk on tap. What, you got a cup of coffee? Right here. Bowl of cereal? I got you. You're a fucking dairy. I know a girl, she's lactose intolerant, still producing milk. She's making something she can't even tolerate. Much like my mom did with me. Ladies, you live longer than men, and you have a higher threshold for pain than men. On paper, you're like a superhero. On paper. But that's the thing, you ladies are so incredible. You're such amazing beings, yet you're some of the most insecure people I've ever met, and it's always about looks. Do I look good in this? Does this turn you on? You like that? Does this do anything for you? Do you like fat in this? What about this? Does this do anything for you? What are you kidding? You're a woman! Own it! If I was a woman, I'd be the cockiest bitch on the planet. What do you have, a paper cut? I've been bleeding for 3 days. This fucking guy, huh? What else you got? Oh, did you cut yourself shaving? Oh, last week an immigrant waxed my taint. What's that? You pushed out a kidney stone? Ooh, I pushed out a Little League player. How do you like that? All right, yeah, get out of here. Now give me those Fruit Loops. But one of the most amazing things about women, the thing nobody brings up, the thing nobody mentions, nobody talks about, the most incredible thing, ladies, your ability to hide everything. Everything's a goddamn secret. It's like you're in the CIA. You have the real you, then you have the you let us see. Menstruation, for example, that's a huge deal. Men, we have to guess. We're clueless. Is it that time of the month? What do you think? That time of the month, you think? You realize if men got their period, there'd be blood everywhere, on the walls, the sidewalk, everywhere. Everywhere. Everywhere, just guys walking to work, fucking uterine lining, Jesus Christ. Holy hell, not now. God damn. Man, oh man. Give me one of those masculine napkins, thank you. All right, there we are. Woo, it says don't flush it, but screw it. It's all hidden, everything's hidden. It's unbelievable. I used to work in an office. It was me and like 28 women. I was the only guy on the floor. I never heard one fart, not a toot, not a queef, nothing. Nothing. Sometimes on Friday, I'd bring in chili and just wait. Nothing. I farted up here 8 times tonight. I walked in on one woman once taking a shit. It was like I walked in on a murder scene. She was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" I was like, "Jesus Christ! I'm sorry. You're allowed to shit. Don't hurt me." It's all hidden. Everything's hidden. It's amazing. All your sexual stuff, that's all under wraps, very hush-hush. You know, men walk around, I'm an ass man, I'm a boob man. You never see a woman go, I'm a ball gal, yeah! I love a sack. Nothing. Then you want us to know how you're feeling and stuff. We're clueless, we're in the dark. Sometimes I'll read a Cosmo, a woman's magazine, just get some inside dirt. One time I was reading a Cosmo, there was a full-page article on how to go down on a woman properly. I was like, why the hell is this in Cosmo? This should be in like Guns and Ammo or Field and Stream or Sports Illustrated. Teach us, ladies, we want to please. God damn, you got fake eyelashes, hair extensions, Spanx, foundation. You should know what I'm thinking. I don't even know what you fucking look like. That's why it's so weird when a woman's like, you want to have sex with me? You got to get to know me first. Get to know you. You're wearing 3 pounds of jewelry, clown makeup, been holding a fart for 4 weeks. I don't know who the hell you are. That's why it's so important to have sex. It's not just because we're horny psycho animals. We are, but ladies, when you have sex, you finally open the curtain. It's beautiful. You stop hiding. You're out there. Your hair's messed up. You're naked. You're yelling out filthy obscenities. You call your friend. He's like, hey, it took a month, but you banged Sarah. How was it? Great. I finally met her. He's like, well, shit, come over. We'll talk about it. I'm like, I can't. She won't let me leave. Thanks a lot. I'm Kevin Hart.